What is unfolding in the United Kingdom, where there appears to be no end to the United Kingdom's strike woes just ahead of the Christmas season. In the latest, 100,000 nurses in England, Wales and Northern Ireland are to go on a day-long strike. It is their second strike in a span of a week, and the strike comes as the health workers are demanding for an inflation-busting pay increase to make up for the years of real-term salary cuts. The health workers also claim that due to the low salaries, many are in fact quitting the profession altogether, leaving the nursing staff being very understaffed and overworked, and also this has resulted in the quality of care that is offered to the patients being compromised. The nurses in fact staged their biggest ever strike in the history of NHS last week, where about 10,000 of them were absent from work on Thursday, and 16,000 appointments and surgeries had to be rescheduled in just England alone. The Tuesday's 12-hour walkout, which starts at about 8 a.m. GMT, could of course cause similar disruptions, although services such as urgent cancer care will continue. The season of strikes does not stop there. Ambulance workers, including paramedics and also call handlers, are set to strike on Wednesday, while a second such walkout is also scheduled for the 28th of December. A bigger healthcare crisis also looms for Britain. The government maintains that the nurses' demands are simply at this moment unaffordable, but the nurses are turning around and saying that their salaries simply haven't kept up with the galloping inflation that is being witnessed in the country. Now, the recommendations of an independent pay review body in setting wages have been followed. This is what the government, of course, claims, but the nurses have said that the government has not done enough to address the key issues of work conditions and also about salary that simply hasn't kept up with the cost of living crisis in Britain. And this is now a crisis that the government says that it is not in a position to address at this moment. And also our correspondent Alex Isat has been tracking this story very closely for us from London and has sent us this report. Listen in.
This hospital in London is just one of many that have strike action outside them today as the nurses go on strike after the RCN union and the government failed to reach a negotiation over pay. Now, the RCN was asking for a 19% pay increase, but that was rejected by the government. But all those nurses that say that they are striking today say that it isn't just about pay, it's a lot more than that. And actually, even though when they first asked for the pay rise, the inflation rate was only around 7%, it's now risen and the cost of living is unbearable, with many nurses and ambulance workers having to use food banks and looking for help elsewhere as they try to also get on with their jobs. Now, they do say that although they are striking today, it doesn't mean that the critical wards and all those who have some appointments, cancer appointments, for example, are still ongoing. So there is still a maintenance of service, a minimum service, more like of a Christmas Day service, in fact. So the one thing that these nurses, especially here, really want to show is that they love their job and they do want to be taken seriously by the government. And even a pay rise and some negotiation would be in effect quite positive right now. But we don't see that the government are moving anytime soon.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.